Welcome, everybody. Oh, God, inside joke. Forget it. All right, welcome to the Aurorian Age, everybody. This is Grievance Network. With me, I have August today,
Hi, everybody.
and we have Bear and the Beard.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hello.
And Deuce.
I'm feeling a bit of deja vu here.
Really? I have no idea why. None. And I'm Profesie, or Profesie, or whatever you want to say. So, first and foremost, I think everyone's enjoyed their first 3 weeks of gaming. Today we're going to be talking about progression and whatever else we decide to talk about. So, August, what have you been doing lately?
I have been leveling my leatherworking and another tier. I tried to switch into occultism from Oromancy and tried to level a Shade Hunter, see if I can see how that works.
And how's that going?
It's going pretty good. I like how the pushback works with my kiting from my archery, and then the silence never hurts. So,
What about you, Bear?
You know, I was real afraid that the farms was going to consume me 100%, but, I've hit level 50. I got my quest gear. I got my Hostile shield. I'm only about 50 away from getting my Hostile sword, and we don't have to talk about the rest of the Hostile stuff because at this point, I hate Hostile. Hostile can go jump off the cliff, but I'm still going to be there.
I second that wholeheartedly.
I have not got my hostile stuff yet.
I just started. I haven't got anything yet. Deuce, what about you? What have you been up to, bud?
I've been farming Hosla.
Figures.
I'll tell you, for those of you who don't know,
There's no stone in Hostel. What are you doing there?
I have betrayed. I now play on the east side, and I'm playing with our allies. But it's different over there. I mean, we can talk about it later, but yeah, it's very different. So, but yeah, I'm trying to farm Hosla, and it's a bit crazy.
Yeah, every time I've been in Hosla, it's been absolutely nuts.
Yeah, please don't take our complaining for whining, even though that's basically what it is. But it's a grind that everybody's going to have to go through. I mean, if you want to be successful in the dungeons, we found out. Somebody told me that Crater was level 45, and I swear they're lying. There's no way somebody level 45 could go in there and do Crater. It's not possible. I mean, we went in there with all 50s, and half the people in the group had their Hostile gear, and we couldn't get past the second boss. I mean, tanks, hey, just in case you don't know, in a dungeon, tanks don't tank. They're almost useless. If you're a melee tank, there's just something, I don't know. I mean, I was so pumped up about tanking in this game. I wanted to do really well at PvE tanking and play my Abolisher and all that other stuff for PvP. But holy crap, now I'm figuring out that I'm going to have to go Bastion, to tank these dungeons.
Yeah, they are definitely not made for melee.
Yeah, but we actually will, when we start talking about Greater Howling Abyss, I have something to talk about that, because we actually figured something out with that, Bear, that you will really like.
I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that myself.
One thing I noticed about
go ahead.
One of the things I noticed about the dungeons here, they're mini raids. You want to talk about not being able to go in and power things through and just tank and spank? Nope. You have to do the mechanics. You must do the mechanics. Now, let me rephrase that. If you go to the level 20 dungeon with a 50, that's different. But I mean, anything that's close to relative level, yeah, and you don't follow mechanics, you're done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Me, I've been doing Hosla. It hasn't been going very well. I think I've done 4 or 5 days worth of grinding, but it's always been in really big groups, so I don't get very many tokens. I think I still need like 70 for my shield, but I'm a healer and there's really no Hosla gear.
Yeah, I got 96.
Are you taking the PvP with a little bit of PvE action in Hosla right now, Pro?
Oh, of course. Every day at 1800 server time. Have to.
Somebody told me, the rift spawns at 6 in the morning and 6 in the evening. So come 6 in the morning, I'm running out there. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Bring it on. Nothing. I'm like, oh, yeah, I get to rib that guy later. So, yeah, for anybody that's wondering, it's 1800. That's 6 o'clock p.m. That's the rift. That's what you want to make it there for. Peace, war, doesn't matter.
and it's a blast. You go there with a good group, grind out, get some good tokens. I know in one of the small stone giants, I won the roll on the fortitude, and I got like 33 tokens just from the roll. So it's pretty. Once you do the raid, it's worth it. I think. I would love to kill that big giant, but man, that guy's regen is out of control.
Oh, isn't it fun when somebody pulls him over into your group and he starts AoE?
And he starts jumping from zone side to zone side, killing everybody.
You know, we did really good. We had a guild that I guess got frustrated that Grievance had been sitting in our same little spot for a while, and they started pulling that guy over this, and we just started dodging him. I mean, he'd come a jumping, and everybody would just spread out, and we never stopped farming our mobs. I was like, all right, this works. Everybody's kind of getting the hang of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were over there during contention at one point, and I swear I thought the event had started because reds popped up all over my screen. I was like, I looked at the clock and I was like, it's nowhere near time. And all of a sudden I'm realizing it's all these other red guilds that are popping up all over my screen. I was like, crap, because I wasn't there in my abolish respect. I was leveling up Trickster.
So are you betraying your tank there?
No, I was trying to get witchcraft and archery up so that I could either go hexblade or Sebastian. Not Sebastian.
Sebastian.
I want to go Sebastian.
That guy's cool.
Christopher does a hell of a job tanking with Bastion, I'll say that. But one thing we learned from Greater Howling Abyss, and we'll talk more about progression in there, but first time in the Greater Howling Abyss, I was shocked at how hard it was. I mean, done a lot of dungeons and MMOs, and that was, for me, out of control. Probably, I think, the biggest gear check and DPS check so far that I've experienced in the game.
You think it's harder than Crater, or do you think Crater's harder?
I think, in my opinion, Greater Howling Abyss is.
Which is the one in Rookborn?
Kroll Crater?
Yeah, the Kroll, that one.
I just call it
Crater's
Crater.
worse than Howling Abyss. Crater's worse than Howling Abyss.
Yeah.
Trust me. I've actually beat Greater Howling Abyss. I haven't got past the second boss in Crater.
Have you been since we went live? Have you been to Greater Howling Abyss? Because it has changed some. Mm-hmm. Some of the bosses have had their hit points doubled, not just a little added to, doubled. It's insane. Listen to me, TV people. It's insane.
It's crazy.
Prices are so low. It's insane.
And if anybody's watching this on TV, I don't know how, but whatever. Go ahead.
It's on my TV.
Yeah. Even Chris agrees with me. Cradle is harder.
It does.
Yeah.
But I will say the gear is phenomenal. Even just the regular green drops are better than anything I've seen yet. Better than crafted. So it's definitely a good place to go if you want to upgrade your gear.
Plus, Cradle drops level 50 blue armor for your pets and mounts.
Yeah, and like a battle pet that's like a dude.
A dude?
A dude
battle pet?
A person. Yeah, we were looking at the loot tables, yeah. And it drops like some kind of caster dude. Like a caster that follows you around, yeah.
Oh, it's a caster dude.
Magalos got a battle pet today in Greater Howling Abyss. It was like a serpent, like a Medusa character. It was really cool. I believe her name is not JoJo.
That is her name, not JoJo. He originally named her JoJo, and JoJo's like, hey, what are you saying? I'm a snake? He's like, okay, not JoJo. She's like, perfect. That's my wonderful wife.
Let's see.
By the way, happy anniversary, baby. It's 15 years together. Yeah, she's put up with me for 15 years. I don't know how she's done it.
That's a brave woman.
It's the beard. Has to be. I'll wake up. She'll be rubbing the beard.
It's okay. We need to move on. No.
Yeah, don't want to hear about pillow talk from Bear.
Wasn't me. She was talking to the beard. So.
We have a picture of that pet, Dash?
Yeah, I think he's got a good picture of it.
Oh,
I guess that's a
he's a liar.
Well, we will get one for the next cast.
It's a lie.
But yeah, the battle pet. I think if I remember, Max said it does. It has a fear, a poison, and then a couple other attacks. But the fear is like a 2-second fear, and then it has like a cone pattern poison, I believe. So it's a pretty good battle pet for a drop.
See, See, Tier, she's never had to pick up his underwear because he wears the same pair every single day. So, he's good.
You're supposed to change them.
I
Thought it was
know.
good
You
luck not
just
to.
Just wear them till they
every
fall off.
third day, just flip them inside out and they're good to go.
Oh, so horrible. So weapon progression, Deuce.
Weapon progression. How would I know anything about weapon progression? I'm still farming Hazla. No,
Because you taught me.
actually, I know. So on weapons,
And we totally just lost
the
it.
we just lost what?
You were like, so weapons.
Oh, really? Did I freeze? No, but
Oh,
me
man.
and Chris Mir had a discussion about the Hazel weapons versus the crafted weapons, and we actually determined that. Did I freeze again?
No.
No.
We
no,
actually
here.
determined that the tier 1 Hazel weapon is equivalent to a rare level 50, first tier level 50.
Yes.
So we're like, why would you spend all that money and stuff to do a weapon? Well, the thing is, Obsidian. So, which is not
Well,
in game yet.
Not just Obsidian, but I mean, if you get above, if you go above just a rare 50, then it does become better. There still is a reason to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, of course, Delphinite is a lot better and stuff. And, a lot of us, we're going to have to see what happens, because if they bring back in tier 2 and tier 3 Hazla, well then, which I don't think they should, because I think Hazla weapons are broken. But, hey, we'll deal with the punches as they come. We got a glimpse of some stuff that they may never release. So who knows? But for now, farm your Hazla weapons, but keep working on your weapon crafting and stuff, because eventually that's still going to be the better, and Obsidian weapons can be great if you choose the right weapon.
Now, did they say they're going to open up the library in the next couple of weeks when they open up in North, or are they going to wait on that?
I haven't.
No,
heard.
last I heard, and Barry, you can answer this too, library is for when we go from 50 to 55. We were never actually supposed to see Diamond Shores or the library. It was not their intention, but when they brought over that patch, seen a lot of stuff we weren't even supposed to see in alpha.
Yeah, you're having some internet issues, brother. You getting a storm around you or something?
I'm just that electric.
Oh, woogie, woogie, woogie.
He's rubbing his feet on the floor, collecting static.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about when they're going to open the North up. The only thing that we know for certain is they're watching the guilds on the servers, and when they think that enough people have reached the level that it's going to be a complete and utter bloodbath up there, then they're going to open it up, and it's supposed to be at prime time for North America. Is for the North American servers is when they're going to open it up. So we'll all have to run up there and fight tooth and nail. But they're not opening everything back up. They're just opening up the North Continent so we can, start fighting over castles and.
I read something today that said Amory said they're going to open it within the next 2 weeks.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
Or did we get confirmation on that?
Yeah, she's like one of the people, the devs that do the streams.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I forgot where I read it, but I read a quote from her saying it should be open within the next 2 weeks.
Well, and that's my thing. A lot of people are still saying that we've got 4 to 6 weeks. We don't. We're looking at like 2 weeks, and so I mean that means we've got to really get to crack-a-lacking and get everybody ready to go. And that's for everybody out there. You need to get your guilds ready, because it's going to happen that fast. That fast, there's going to be no castles, and there's going to be 4 castles, because we don't know if they're going to open up Exolot and whatever the other one is. Sunfield.
All I can say is I look very forward to the day the North Open.
Oh, it's going to be a blast.
Too. I got to get my Archeage farm up.
And Deuce is going to get lots of kills.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. That's going to be an absolute bloodbath. And they know it, because when Scapes is in here talking to us, he was talking about they're going to be putting up basically invisible bots that are just going to be recording, so they can record the invasion of people coming in and record them fighting over it and everything else. But uh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. And there are some servers that have a majority of people that play at different times. But if they announce it ahead of time, as well as I do, everybody's going to be basically logged out, ready to run as soon as they come back up. Then after that, probably, I don't think we've got but maybe 8 weeks or so, because the last I heard, they wanted to get the full 1.7 patch, which includes level 55, to us before the end of the year.
So
I heard
a whole lot of time.
But...
Yeah, not a lot of time. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see, finally get that level 55 stuff and maybe flesh out these trees a little bit, because like it's been said many times, they just feel really bloated right now. It's a lot of stuff and not enough points.
Well, it is kind of crazy how the points are top heavy loaded, because, we got 23 points up to level 50, but from 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, each get a point per level. So yeah, it's a lot of points for those 5 levels. But, if they're going to release it before the end of the year, I just hope they have something on the horizon ready for us to go, because, all things, if there isn't new shinies, coming up at a constant basis and stuff, people lose interest.
Well, they're already translating 2.0. So
what's coming in 2.0?
Oh, 2.0. We've got a lot of stuff coming in 2.0. You got the ship of the line. You got the extra.
That's a 2-tier galleon, right?
Yeah, the one that actually the deck comes up and goes out like that, and someone's got the organ in the captain's room, and we saw a picture, actually a video of an armored rowboat that had a barrel in it, so you could stick a trade pack in it. The 1.7. No, I'm not talking about 1.7. 2.0.
We've already got part of 1.7.
We've got a major part of 1.7 already.
But isn't 1.7 the ship customization, right?
That's the initial. That's the initial ship customization stuff. The boat he's talking about is the next patch after that.
Yeah.
1.7 will bring us up to 55, bring up library and Diamond Shores and everything, and bring us really close to where Korea is. Korea will probably pop 2.0 right around when we pop 1.7.
Right.
Probably. Dash, do we have that? Do we have a small snippet of that boat so we can show them?
Okay.
Fair enough. I will get it.
The next topic. And the next topic.
Let me get it.
But there's some awesome stuff that we're going to finally get to see with 1.7 that we haven't gotten a chance to see yet. But they did say that they brought a lot of the 1.7 stuff already in and have already implemented a lot of it. So they're just going to finish that up, and then 2.0, when that comes out, that's when we're going to see a lot of frilly stuff. So it could be really interesting. And I'm not sure about the event in Mirage Island that's going to have.
What do you guys think about?
Oh, well, just go right ahead. Just interrupt the hell right out of me. It's okay.
No,
you're done talking.
There's a storm going on that just I think that's interrupting my thing, because you froze, so I thought you were done, so I just stepped right all over you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but there's an event that happens on Mirage Island where you can either play as the ghosts, or you can play as people attacking the ghosts and stuff like that. I watched a video about that, one where you see the ghost ship that's on the water that's, sending out a big wall at the other people. It's an event. It's on Mirage Island that people can go and participate in. I thought that was really cool. So yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Deuce. You and your whole electric storm.
Oh, so what I was going to say is, what do you guys think? East versus West and Halcyon now. Have you noticed a shift?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, especially for our server.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it was in the beginning 4v1. You know, there was 4 from the east for every 1 on the west. But now it seems like everywhere I go, now that I'm playing on the east side, that I see a sea of reds. So whether that's the fact that there's a lot more infighting on the east side than there is on the west and stuff, and you know, I've heard a lot of things about pretty much the whole west continent is in a non-aggression pact against each other, which is pretty amazing if that's actually going on, because I know the east side is all about killing people you hate and lots of jail time.
Well, we got plenty of that still over here on the west side, but there's been some people that have stepped up and have worked extremely hard into the wee hours of many mornings, you know, trying to get non-aggression packs and stuff like that, so we can work together. You know, because there for a while, especially in Halcyona, we were just getting Zerg rolled, man. I mean, it was bad. But now we've got a couple of people that are actually purpling up, you know, and killing their own folks now. So we're not exactly sure what that's all about. So we're having to watch a couple of people.
Well, you know, the fact that you can get even a majority of one faction to play together with, you know, everybody playing from around the world is pretty amazing. Especially, you know, when you try to assert yourself as the peacekeeper of the world. Well, we know how that works in real life. So, you know,
True enough.
you just do the best you can, and the less infighting you have, the better your side will do. Because, you know, you start fighting your side as much as the Reds, and then you have the Pirates to boot, you're never going to get anything done outside of a safe zone.
Well, there's some really good guilds out there on the west side that have been working hard at it, at keeping the peace, and, you know, actually, you know, wiping some slate cleans, because there in the first couple of days, you know, everybody was trying to get, you know, their guilds bigger. They were inviting a lot of people. There was a lot of D-bags that were getting in guilds that had to be, you know, kicked and gone through, and some of them left and went to the east side. Some of them went and, I didn't mean Deuce, but no, I don't mean Deuce, but
Read between the lines, buddy.
I feel you, brother. But no, I mean, there's been a lot of works. I mean, on our server, on what I like to call the Shakira server, because her hips don't lie, but on the Salfira server, you know, we've got, you know, Misfits and Grievance and Blackhand. You know, those are 3 guilds that have been working real hard together. There's a whole slew of other guys, and you know, there's some guilds on the east side that are working their butts off. You got, you know, Omega Ascended, and I mean, well, y'all have got a whole Eastern faction alliance thing, the EFA or something I heard about, that's, you know, working hard at trying to keep the peace. So
I'll tell you, you know, you mentioned the EFA. There's a BR guild in the EFA. So yes, there is a BR guild on the east side too. And I'll tell you, they do not like the BR guilds on the west side. And when we start fighting one of the BR guilds, it's like a soccer match in TeamSpeak. It is so funny. You can't understand nothing. Everyone's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what is he saying?
just tell me somebody at some part goes, goal! I've got to hear that. I've got to hear somebody do that one day. You know, they go out, they grab the crystal in Halcyona, they run it back to their base, you know, goal! I can't wait. I love soccer. You know, when I was growing up, I never played soccer. I grew up in, you know, Mississippi. We didn't play soccer. I mean, it was either football or that wimpy baseball, or, well, I was never, you know, lanky enough to play basketball. So I didn't get to play soccer. My boys play soccer. Now that they've started playing soccer, I've really gotten into it. I love it. So, yeah, goal. Yeah.
Goal.
So, Gola.
Goal.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we have like really took, you know, here's the path we're supposed to be on, and we just went. Boom.
Oh, I've never seen the path. I mean, they've tried to show it to me.
I don't even know why I wrote stuff down. Oh well, screw it.
That's okay.
Oh,
goal.
you did have something. Yeah, goal. What was next on your list?
Next on the let's see.
Goal.
It says goal right here. No. Economic progression. I think that's probably best suited to you. Unrelated to
Economic
soccer.
progression. I mean, holy smokes, we've seen, to be completely honest, there was several of us that were talking the other night, and somebody said something about, we've only been here for, I think, 18 days or something like that. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, it baffled me that it's been that short amount of time, but at the same time, it's just everything's kind of run together. But we've really seen the server start to grow, and the cluster that we're a part of. And right now, I couldn't even tell you what other servers that Salphira is actually attached to, whether it's one or two. But I mean, we've seen just the fact that stuff on the marketplace has fluctuated, up and down all over I'm hearing myself, so it's kind of confusing the crap out of me.
Yeah,
But
a little bit of echo too.
It's called mute.
Mute what?
Twitch.
It is muted.
Well, then how are you feeding back?
I don't know. That's why I was saying it was
I
freaking me
was
out a
here
little bit.
earlier too.
What it is? My electric storm went through my headset, through the computer, and now it's attacking you.
But anyway, so we kind of went through the phase. The first phase, what I kind of figure is before we get the farmers' workstations, because that's a major step for the whole server, because that's when you start getting the worms and you're actually able to start feeding the large animals and stuff along those lines. We made it past that stage, and now we're to the stage where you're starting to see more and more ships that have got the eco fuel that are out there running them. Now there's a lot more galleons out there, and I gotta tell you guys, just because you got a galleon, please do not feel like that you're safe. We happened to run upon a red galleon, and they were just asking for us to take it. I mean, it was like, "Hello, we got trade packs. Please come take our trade packs." And it was like, "Oh, crap, we're right in the middle of doing something." But all right. So, there was like 20, 30 of us, jumped on a little clipper, ran up to it, boarded them, took their stuff, blew their ship up, and we got more packs that day.
Yep.
So, watch it. Just because you got a galleon does not mean,
I'd love to see the look
you're
on a Red's
invincible.
face if they came toward us.
Oh, speaking of invincible and galleons and stuff, were you guys actually on Friedrich last night at all?
I don't think last night.
Not last night.
I will tell you this. So, you wanted a huge fight? That was like 500 on 500 on that little tiny island. There was like a boat barricade on the outside, all galleons and trade ships and stuff, and yeah, it was quite fun.
Yeah, we've seen some good fights out there, on Friedrich, man. I mean, there's been some really good ones. We've seen some Eastern guilds that have made valiant attempts that, land on the shore, and they're coming in to rescue, I don't know who, but all of a sudden they're running into 150 plus grievance. They're running into 100 SSGT, and they don't stand a chance. So I don't know when you guys are on the east side are really hitting Freak that hard. Maybe we should find out.
Yeah, okay, you bring it.
And
it'll be funny. It'll be funny because EFA will show up, Grievance will show up, and we'll be like, "Oh, Braveheart," we're like, when the
Yeah, this is our
Oh, hey!
and everybody else will be like, "What the heck just happened?"
EFA clears it when Grievance is not there. That's awesome, man. That's
what we did
I
last
have to
night.
hand it to you. Oh, we had Tier Omega, is the leader of Omega Ascended. A great group of guys. And we keep telling our guildies, we have, Eastern Alliance guilds that we do not attack. And we had one of our members, evidently, that was out somewhere doing something, and Tyr walked up and he saluted him. And he saluted him again. And he started attacking Tyr. And Tyr said he stood there for like 10 seconds and was like, "God, you're just going to make me kick your ass." And so and he did. He kicked his ass. So then he got in touch with us like, "Man, I just want to let you know what happened." And he's like, "I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble. It's just I had to kill one of your guys." And we're like, "He shouldn't have done it." But we was actually running with Tier Omega last night. That's what we was doing. We went over to the island and was stepping on some Switzerland guys.
Oh, I love killing me some Switzerland. Them and Bloodlust. very fun to kill.
I'm very disappointed in you, Switzerland. There at the very beginning, I just had high hopes for you, but it turned out not to be that way. Very disappointed.
That's sad.
Yes.
Tear.
But yeah, that really wasn't even a very good fight. We just kind of rolled them. Matter of fact, while we were rolling all over Switzerland, is when I think it was Slayers is the one that brought up the galleon.
Yep,
I think it
sure did.
So yeah, we had to take it from you. Nothing against you guys. It was just we had to. You just showed us all those nice elephant cookies, and we were hungry.
Left
not
in
our
your
fault.
hold.
Yeah.
August.
What's up?
I was making sure you're still alive. I'd heard from you in like 20 minutes.
I spent half the time looking up that article because Chris was like, Inca is not true or something like that. So
Of course.
found the article. I posted it in the chat. 2 weeks until North opens up.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Wow. Right
and
around the
the
corner.
bloodbath begins.
It's gonna be crazy. Well, me personally, I really hope to see some more healing weapons soon, because progression-wise, there's not a whole lot for us healers to get compared to everything else. But other than that,
Yeah. I have to admit,
One that drops in the cradle, actually, but it's like on the last boss.
yeah, we talked about
one
that
we haven't
today.
beat yet?
Yeah, I don't
we
even know what the
haven't beat
stats of the last one is. Does anyone know what the healing power is on that thing? Or
No.
No, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, I will tell you this. When I was leveling my alt on Olo to get my, my labor alt, I saw somebody link one of those great clubs that was, what's the last color? Is like mythical or something like that?
Red or something, yeah.
yeah, I think it's like that really bright red.
It was like tier 12 or whatever. I'm like, holy cow, the thing had like 500 something healing power on it.
Divine, I think is.
Oh, that's what it is.
Is it
I think
divine
that's
or
right.
celestial? It's one of those two.
Like Epic's like third from the end, which is like really weird. We're used to Epic be like the third one up. Well, Epic is like the third one from the top here. So
I think I still got that post up. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick.
The Christmas club.
Divine. Divine is the last one. Rare, arcane, heroic, unique, celestial, and divine.
yeah, it's like, whew. But I was like thinking, wonder how much that thing would sell for.
I didn't even know half of those existed.
Well, I mean, the highest I've ever physically seen is red.
Yeah, no, I haven't even seen that.
Well,
I see it come over on a message when somebody regraded.
we got some pretty good information about regrading because, right now people are getting armor and weapons made, and unless you're, just got a lucky feather shoved up your ear, like me, I do not. Everything's green. I've got a couple of level 40 pieces. They're all just green. So, my plan is to work on getting a level 50 and then try to regrade it. Just so you know, there's been some people that have been doing some number crunching. So if you want to go to grand to rare, there's a 30% chance of success. Rare to arcane is the same. It's 30% chance of success. Arcane to heroic is a 25% chance of success. Heroic to unique is a 20% chance of success, 30% percent failure, which nothing happens, and then you got a 50% chance that you're going to go back 1 or 2 steps. So that's where it can start hurting you. But when you want to go from unique to celestial, now you start looking at the major failures. It's a 20% chance of 1 grade and a 60% chance to go down 2 grades. And the very last one, the celestial. The very last one is celestial to divine. It's a 5% chance of success, 5% chance for failure, 5% chance of a major failure, which can either be 1 or 2 steps down, and an 85% chance of catastrophic failure, which means your item goes poof and it's no longer with you at all.
You're not playing the game for at least 3 days.
And you cry
Yes.
of all that spent gold.
But there is a way around that.
Yeah.
So, just so you know, there is a way around it. And I don't know if I want to give all my secrets out, but just to let you know, there's 2 things that you can combine together and that'll allow you to jump 2, You can go up to. So you can actually hit divine from unique and never have to worry about getting a catastrophic failure. Do your homework. Figure it out. I did.
There you go. You heard it here first.
That's right. Everybody's got homework tonight. And Deuce is tired. Look at him.
Does he look sleepy?
And we can't hear you.
You're muted.
He's muted his mic.
Oh, hey, yeah. I was actually saying I didn't know you could read. That's why I was in shock. I was like,
Oh, that's just cold. That's just cold.
Doesn't quite have as much kick when you do it with the mute button push.
I know, you know.
Yeah. I can't read. Jeepers.
Hey, so when we get to final thoughts, are we going to do the same way we were doing before we went on live? I'm ready.
Let's see if anyone's got any questions. Anybody in the chat have any questions for us?
Yeah, Deuce can't speak. I like that one. Bear can read. Deuce can't speak.
Apparently you've lost your speaking privileges, Deuce. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Emerson, you had to go and link it, didn't you?
Oh, did he?
To do their homework. Wow.
That
Now
shows
you
you how I did my homework anyways. I copied off of somebody else.
Ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Amen to
It's not,
that.
it's not a foul unless the ref blows the whistle.
All right, well, I guess we will.
Thought of Aurea overall. What do you think's going to bring? What do you think it's going to bring to the game? I think it's going to bring an absolute bloodbath. But also, you know, people are going to claim the castles, which is going to allow people to place farms up north, which is going to allow you to start growing your Archeum trees, which is going to make Archeum lovely. We're going to see a lot more crafted stuff coming up.
Gonna make it rain.
Cannot wait. That's probably what I'm most excited for. That and okay.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry, Emerson. It wasn't you that
excited
did
for
everybody's homework for you. It was Chris Amir. Somebody throw something at Chris.
This is just anxious to get the thing in the camera.
It's like,
Oh wow.
we have a good time.
Yeah, we do. So does anybody? August. Let's see your final thought.
Well, my final thought was what Bear just talked about. I'm ready for my Archeum farm. I've been I put up my house and took down my second 16 by 16 just so I have it ready. I'm gonna go grow my Archeum, and like I said, I'm gonna make it rain.
Bear.
All right. Bear's final thoughts. 2 weeks is an awful short time to get everything ready for those castles. We know that there are some guilds that are looking to capture more than one. I think that's a piss poor idea, but that's just my personal opinion. Grievance doesn't, support that opinion in any way, or anything. All subtitles, Dash can put all that stuff down there later.
Disclaimer here.
That's right. But it's going to be crazy. So we got a very short amount of time to get ready for a major part of the game, because that's really a major part of the game. So strap in, level up, hit 50 fast, and get that gear.
Deuce.
What's
From the
my
east.
final thought?
Let me
Mess
guess.
with us.
Oh, good gravy.
Mess with us. All I got to say is, bring it. Oh, and go!
And might have to concur with Bear. I cannot wait for these 2 weeks, and I'm hoping for a really good battle. So I guess we'll see you guys all there.
Well, there's another good question right before we go, Dash. Do we think a smaller guild could get and hold a castle? That is a really good question. Do I think you can get one? If you can actually get the people up there to protect your miners while they're getting the Anya, yes. I think there's a good chance that you could get one. Now, holding it's going to be another thing. You got to have 75 people that can PvP really well and work really well together. If you've got that between you and at least one ally that's willing to work with you, you got a chance. So don't think just because you're on a smaller side that you don't have a chance at all. So I guess that's my real parting thoughts.
Oh, I
Well,
agree, because this game is not about zerging. It is about tactics, in
Absolutely.
my opinion.
and I
Yeah.
will tell you this: if you can't, if once the castle's land goes up, and you get zerged out and we're unable to get it, just like they said, get your 70 buddies and go take one.
Absolutely.
Because then it's fair on fair. It's
Strategy, though.
yeah.
I think Harinos is right. I think it is 70, not 75.
All right. Well, that's
Yep.
all I got, fellas.
But I will tell you, thank you, everybody. Come see us.
We enjoy
Appreciate
it. Same
y'all
time,
watching.
same time next week. Thank you, guys.
See you next
Have
time.
a good one.
Bye. Deuces.
Bye.